the letter that you were referring to earlier, the board president at the time had asked Mr. Fogarty to draft that letter and send it to Mr. Gettinger. That was done. Then it was brought to my attention that that letter had been released. We did a search of everyone's MTSB accounts, and those who had access did not send it from the email it was sent to them.
Did you search their personal, like you have a right to?
I don't.
Isn't this of interest, though, that this happened? I mean, I don't mean to speak out during this part of the meeting, but it's very serious that this was leaked to the press. I would imagine it's very serious.
I want to acknowledge that if any correspondence that is confidential is disclosed, that is serious. So I do agree that the characterization is that it's serious, but we can only conduct an internal investigation to determine whether anybody actually disseminated that off of our server. But beyond that, our jurisdiction doesn't extend to allow us to conduct any further investigation. So I do agree that it's serious. We do not know how it happened, and the internal search of our server did not disclose that that letter was transmitted from anybody's email here to the press.
I'll say it again. So, and I'll say it because you mentioned my name and said that I promised transparency, and I do, but I cannot, nor can any other board member, be transparent about something that we have had as sworn confidential, that we are not permitted to speak about, that has not been made public. When and if
It has been made public through Oprah, though. So now people are questioning it. So you should address it.
It was made public. That was made public by someone. I don't know how that happened, but I, as a board member, we as board members have been instructed that that is confidential. We are not to speak on it. So as far as transparency goes, I will be as transparent as I can be, as will the other members of this board, whenever we can be. But if we can't, we can't. Asking it over and over again isn't going to change that until they make it public.
You have to understand, this board operates under the guidance of the SEC. If we talk about confidential information, we face charges, and no one on this board is going to do that.
There was an issue raised, the last issue that I wanted to ask was there was an issue raised about videotaping or audio taping at our board meetings. So we do have a policy with regard to that, and the policy reflects the opinion of the courts in our state, which allow anybody to videotape or audio tape a board meeting, provided it does not interfere with the governmental function. And so if someone wants to come in and videotape, they're permitted to do that, provided that it is not done in a way that is obtrusive or interferes with our ability to conduct our meetings. Beyond that, if anyone is harassed by a member of the public who's attending our meetings, that has to be addressed through law enforcement.
Mr. Fogarty? Any items for discussion from the board, from the floor? Hearing none, I entertain a motion for adjournment.